Okay, this is a film conversation, blog, whatever I want to call it. Today I want to talk about my friend John LeGrand Phoenix. He's a martial arts master. So many accolades I can't even really list them. I just know that he's actually a top black martial artist, a top martial artist. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say black martial artist, but he's a top martial artist. So anyway, he did this fan film on Blade, and forgive me, I'll have to get the link and post the link, or when I post the video, I'll post the name of his video or his fan film. And he did a fan film, and if y'all not familiar with fan films are short films that fans make with other characters that they did not create. Okay, fan film he did was on Blade, and there's Captain America, there's Star Wars fan films, there's Star Trek. Even Star Trek has fan series. I have yet to make a fan film. Because of John, I'm now thinking of making a fan film to test my editing skills that I've recently acquired, that I still haven't finished and finalized. But I don't know. So I'm going to talk about the little dynamics today of making a fan film, and what does that mean for all of the parties involved, from the writer, the producer, the actors, the director, the editor, and anybody else that's involved. So what does that mean? Okay, so you have a fan film. His fan film is on Blade. It requires the same costuming, okay? Same wardrobe, same location, same acting, same amount of time probably to write it, same amount of time to act it and shoot it, same amount of time to edit it and market it, okay? So my question has always been, why? His fan film looks as good, possibly, I haven't seen the whole thing, but the trailer looks as good as my film that I did, the Death Pledge, or possibly Gold Digger Killer, okay? It looks as good as a film. It looks as good as an independent film. You don't have any major actors in there, so it's an independent film, right? His film looks that good. I don't know how the story is. I don't know how well the acting is. But from the trailer and the clips that I've seen, it looks just like an independent film. Okay. Now, I don't know if major actors do fan films. I have to Google it. I'm pretty sure somebody has done a Superman fan film just to get their name out there and probably market them for the character. But what is the value of a fan film? I'm thinking off the top, if you write it, somebody says, you know what, I like that story, and you can put yourself out there as a writer. If you act in it, somebody can say, yo, you did a really good job. You're not gonna play Blade, but we got another role for you they might be interested in. Or you did a really good production and you produced it well. Somebody says, yo, I would love for you really made this thing smooth. I would love for you to come and put my film together, so the producer may get something. Who else is in there? Of course, the director. You're making it look hot. Anytime you get a platform, especially for a director, because that's really one thing that you can't show people you did. They have to see it, right? You brought that out of me. You brought that out of the characters. Boom, you get another callback. And then your editor, of course, you edit anything. Boom, you get it. But the overall value is, I personally believe you could have done all of that for free. For profit. You've done all of it for free, because I don't know how to monetize a fan film. If you were to do a bootleg film, say Sword of Vampires, you know what I'm saying? Now, that bootleg Blade film, right, is now a value and it goes knockoff. It's a Sci-Fi Channel story. You know what I'm saying? Water Python instead of saying Anaconda. You know what I'm saying? Yo, those movies are able to be sold. If I write Water Python, I can sell that movie, unless there's another Water Python out there, and I can still have exposure for my actors, still exposure for the director and the editor. Maybe because it's a knockoff, it'll be less, but I'm not gonna hate on it, because black people need to start, getting into more diverse areas of entertainment. Okay, we don't think of sci-fi. We don't think when we write sci-fi, we're writing high-level sci-fi. We don't write low-level sci-fi. When we do our films, we do high-level films. Everything has got to be the next best man. We're trying to we don't do the action and the low-level horror stuff. You know me, I've been pushing for that. And I'm a B movie maker. I'm a medium movie maker, right? So that's what I say, and I just started cosplaying. Actually, I'm making my rest of my costume for my friend who's going to do the same thing, and then and that world has been open. My eyes have been open to cosplaying. And I still don't know beyond a value, because everything's got to be monetized for me. So with the cosplay, it is a character in my movie, and I'm promoting my movie. Okay. For the fun of it, I don't know. Unless you're a special effects makeup artist, I don't know. I mean, of course, it can be fun. So I wouldn't put a lot of money into it, but that's about it. So, what's the difference between a fan film and a knockoff? I don't know in terms of its monetary value. Everybody's got to do it for the love of the film. Now, give you an example. I just watched yesterday Land of the Apes, and that is a movie that's a knockoff from Planet of the Apes. It's either Japanese or Chinese, I'm not sure, but the story is different from a Planet of the Apes in the sense that, one, a doctor is learning cryogenic freezing, and he thinks he's perfected it. So they freeze people and they wake them up 100-something years later. Anyway, a couple of kids are touring the facility, and an earthquake hits, and the tour guide scientist tells them to hide in the cryogenic containers, and they hide in the containers, and they wake up 100 years later or years later. When they get in the containers, the earthquake hits the room, and a rock hits the lever, and the lever starts the freezing process. And when they wake up in the outside of the containers on the operating table. And when they start walking around the operating room, they learn that it's run by apes. And that's when they have their terror, and they run off into the woods and find another human there. It's not exactly like Planet of the Apes. It also doesn't have the same analogies and things towards society as Planet of the Apes has. But it is definitely not Planet of the Apes, so it can't be sued. It is Land of the Apes. There's another knockoff of Planet of the Apes in Brazil, and that one is where they fly a weather balloon or a big balloon that can go out of the atmosphere. And when they're giving the tour to somebody, a storm hits, I think. I mean, I didn't see it yet, but a storm hits, blows them off course, and they land on, guess what? Plateau of the Apes. Again, a knockoff. And this one is more like Planet of the Apes, because the original Planet of the Apes, because the apes live primitively. You know, it's an ape-run society, but the apes are living primitively. I'm probably gonna watch that today. Hopefully they've translated it into English. But all of that to say, what the difference between a knockoff, a bootleg, or whatever you want to call it, And a fan film, I don't know. I know the monetary value is you can sell your knockoff, and you can't necessarily sell a fan film. However, fans will watch your fan film because they want to see their character, and you can do things that they didn't do in the movie. You can make your character address things. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm been trying to get my Killmonger story out there, and I'm thinking of doing a fan film Killmonger story, and it's gonna be fun. It is just for the love of the character. What can I tell you? So that's about it. So yeah, if have this discussion. I don't know. I'm gonna talk to my man John. If you've done a fan film, post your comments on the value on why you did your fan film and why you didn't do a knockoff. I've seen fan films 30 minutes. Those are monetarily valuable. You could charge money for people to watch those and make some money off of it and pay everybody. We always talk about our movies, not necessarily, our film industry, but there's a monetary value to something that you're giving away for free. I don't know. You tell me why you do it. I'm still on the fence in terms of fan films. All right, y'all. See you later. The light turned green. I'm out.